Hello, guys. Welcome back to episode 22. We took a two
Hiatus.
weeks, 2 week
2 week
hiatus.
hiatus.
We were very busy between all the things that we were trying to do, and it just really wasn't working out for us. So we had to
By
take the week.
busy, I mean I was asleep.
By busy, Rob was asleep, Jack was asleep, and Cormac was watching TV. So busy. Yeah. So we decided that we take a week, and yeah. So we are back for the month of December,
Back
buzzing
with
with
a
life.
bang.
First of December, loving it. Quick shout out before we get started in the podcast to our good friends of the podcast, Jason Kwan, PT, and Clive Gren, PT. They're starting as
PT. Love the
PT,
emphasis on the
personal
PT.
trainers.
Yeah.
Um, they are starting. They're going to do a triple marathon, which is disgusting.
Fair play, lads.
Um,
Fucking
Fair
hell.
play, and they're doing it for Chalk Tom. And do you know
Love
what?
it.
We just like to congratulate him and put all the support, guys. Please, we know we'll be supporting him.
Definitely
We always
100%.
talk about mental health on the podcast. Big advocates for mental health all over the place. And so we are delighted that they're doing it for Chalk Tom, a local charity here in Kilkenny. If you don't know anything about them, check them out. But I'm sure loads of people will know all about them.
Is there
So
did it have like a donation link or anything that you can donate to them or
yeah,
anything?
they're going to have a donation link actually. I think on the boys' websites or Instagram pages. So I will link it onto our page as well. We'll do a bit of link there, and hopefully all listeners of the pod will support them and give them a bit of help into this good time of year. I know people are tight on listening on money at this time of the year. It's not easy to be donating at this time of the year, but anything would be great for them, and we'd always love for people to give some support to the
Back to the old
charities.
community. Fair play, lads. Well done.
Well done, boys. Fair play, and good luck with it, because I know I wouldn't be able to do it in this state anyway. Listen, Rob, I was just going through. I've been getting a few links to the page today, and of people's Spotify playlists. Do you know this new
Oh,
thing?
the end of the year yoke they give every year.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
looking through. And there's some people like are all sending them in, guys. If you could share your ones to your
Yes.
Instagram pages, because
We
it
better
keeps
be
makes us.
top.
Yeah, we better be top. We know our good friend John Curtin had a second, so that was pretty annoying. But anyway,
Yeah, bit of a letdown from Johnny Kerr.
bit of a letdown from Johnny Kurt. But no, we. Oh, listen, I was looking at mine, and some of them actually, it's crazy what you find. Like, I don't realize it tells you what you've listened to, how many times you've listened to something, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
is this
was
their
like,
first time doing it? Like?
no, this might whatever. I saw it a few
Oh,
times,
right.
but
Sorry,
with it
sorry. I guess.
this year, I was kind of like, what I do like. It said that like I don't really like the Smiths. I think they're a bit like just droll and stuff like that. Like Morrissey's a bit droll, and he can be a bit at that. But like Ali's, a bit loves talking about. Look, I was going
Who are
on,
the
and
Smiths?
now
Are they a band?
they're a band. They're a band from England,
Never heard of
and
them.
they're kind of they're good though. But then I looked through. I was going through my things. They're my top played band on my spot.
Ali
You
definitely
know,
has their login details. I
yeah.
see.
I was just like,
Playing them.
what is this? Like, I like one good song, like, but they've said I played that song something like 34 times over, and it's just like, whoa, that's a bit weird. But
Jeez, I would
it's
have
it,
thought that
it
would have been more over the course of the year. When were you introduced to the song?
or was it 135 times over?
Surely 134. I'd say I played songs 1,000 times in a year. Like, well, that's a bit of
Yeah,
an
but like
exaggeration,
I
but
think we'd all be very surprised on
right. I go on.
how much.
I haven't looked at mine. I'll go on to it there now, and I see. But I see, I don't have a Spotify Premium. I just listen to Spotify for podcasts. Like,
Yeah, well, that's what this Spotify, it gives you the top five podcasts you listen to as well.
okay.
And
Oh,
I actually, Coffee Pod was fourth on mine because
I'll
I
see where it is on mine.
I hate listening to my own voice, and it's a bit depressing. But you know, it's just
I actually don't
but it,
mind listening to me own. Like, I know so people are like that. Like, if I hear, it's more seeing myself doing something. I'm like, oh
yeah.
no.
Oh no, and there's nothing worse. You know, when you just like like I'm so prone to this because like, but I always see a video of me like dancing and a lot of people video like you had this in your
Enjoy.
Hamburg, everyone video on you, and
I
it's
actually,
just like, oh Jesus.
oh yeah, the next morning, the lad sent into the group chat, and I was like, and I played it, and then I just saw myself straight away, and I was like, oh God, turn it off. There's no, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. No way.
You need a break. You're just like, oh,
No, you need a
Jesus, was
break.
they actually doing that? Like, and you kind of stop it and then go back to it. And it's just like, but listen, do you know what? It is, yeah, it's prone. Well, listen, we all look for attention at some stage. I think me and you
Eh,
in
two
particular.
ADHD candidates, or
Yeah,
what do you call them? I was going to say
um,
candidates.
we're,
We're lost for words.
we're, we're, we're,
What do you call it?
we're employees of the ADHD world.
Yeah.
Yeah. we, we've logged on as successful ADHDers.
Here, I'm
But
trying to find my podcast here. Oh wait, there was one podcast that lived. Oh, right, Joe Rogan. That's standard enough. You listen to 56 episodes.
of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So how did you find time to do anything else?
Ah, sure. Like in fairness, I throw them on. Do you ever do that? Do you ever do this? Like you just throw them on before bed. You might get through an hour and then just fall asleep with it turned on.
No, because I need silence to fall asleep. Like
Oh,
I am so bad with that. Like sometimes like a brother just puts in the earphones and you know like he just listens to light music like really on low.
yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
I couldn't listen to music now.
yeah, because I'd be like
You'd
I'd
be
be like singing,
wired,
going,
like, yeah.
yeah,
I remember I used to
like
do
that. It's
that.
just
I
like
used to do that in sixth year. And I was back in sixth year, listen to all that like ravey dance music and stuff. Even in college, I throw it on and I just get up in the middle of the night and start dancing. I just get too wired, like.
you can't do that. Like
No
I
way.
can't even. I need silence, right? Because I get distracted so easily, and like
ADHD.
I go. Jesus Christ! I wonder. It'd just be 11:45, and I go. I wonder how XRP is going.
Yeah.
All right, and
Did
then
you
and
take
then
out your
and then
phone and then
then I'm 2 hours deep into XRP videos by the crypto kid from that only has 8 views on YouTube. Like, do you know that kind of way? Like, it's just that's the way I am with sleep. Like,
yeah, but
but
you see, no, but if you that's that I used to be that, but then what I found was I was like, do you know what, like AirPods? I had like a fake version of them, and
oh yeah,
I
yeah,
just threw one of them in, and I lie on the other side of the ear with it not in, and I just throw on Joe Rogan or whoever it is, and I just put it on the lowest volume, and you just fall asleep to it, like because it stops your mind from wandering, like. Well,
yeah.
I felt like that anyway.
But I find myself that I'm too in tune of what's being said. Then trying to listen,
Yeah, I
concentrating, and
get
I
you.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
lose out of my head that I'm actually what I'm actually doing. But
But then
you could be
before,
right.
no, dude, this is what I did. I actually found this off another podcast while I was trying to sleep, and I when the second I found it out, I just started doing it, and I fall asleep like after like 5 minutes, right? I was listening to one about breathing and like how breathing can help you in like different sort of situations and stuff. And he was like, when you're going to sleep, just constantly just deep breaths in and out of your note, like really, really deep breaths, and just focus on that. So I started doing that, and then he said, if you can't fall asleep, do this thing to release. I could be wrong in saying this, but carbon dioxide, I think it release it from your system. So if you do like a, and then you pause and you do another one again, so you fill up your lungs, and then you just breathe out. If you do that like 2 or 3 times, I don't know, I forget what it says it does, but it basically just relaxes you way more. And I started doing that when I listened to
Yeah, but is
podcasts,
that
and I
not
just,
simple biology that you breathe in
yeah, but I didn't do biology in fucking school, so I don't have a
in
fucking
fifth
clue.
class?
Yeah,
In
fifth class, right? But me back then, I wouldn't pay attention. Like, no, but I don't know the way he was going
legend.
on about those class. I just,
No, that is though. But like all those things, like a lot of people say about breathing, like breathing is so mad that you can actually like. Do you ever see those people that are like I was watching these lads are on YouTube, right, where they go onto like a breathing it's like an hour of breathing. So all they do is an hour of breathing, and they sit with their legs crossed, but they're
is this
like,
this fucking ASMR shit?
no, 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 no. ASMR is all about sound, like, and all this. This is like proper, like intense breathing. So they're like sweating, and you see them after, but they do like different sorts of breathing. So you have to like breathe in for 10 seconds, and then try breathe in for 10 seconds again, and then like blow out for 10 seconds, then stop, then try blow out for 10. Like it's madness. Like it's proper like Joe Rogan, like
What
control of
the
your
yeah, control your
lungs
fucking
type
yeah,
shit. Like, but
control your
this
body.
is
That
madness. Like,
I love that stuff though. Like trying to like people figuring out how to control their body like with just breathing or something like that. Like just
yeah, yeah,
how the hell did they come across it? I know obviously by
by breathing.
yeah by testing it out, but like it's absolutely mind blowing. Like
But it is though, like those kind of things. Like now, there's also a thing. I don't know how mad it is, but like you see, I think it was Logan Paul that might have done it actually, but he was part. But like it's all mad on, this breathing thing. Like some of the boxers do it as well, like to get like at one with itself and expand their lungs and all this kind of things. Like, but it looks extremely tough. Like,
and you lied to me about the podcast, yo. Mine didn't come up.
oh, mine it's near the end.
Mine says your
Eh,
2021 wrapped up here, and all it did was music.
No, well then you're not. You just don't pay because they're too cheap. But
No, go away. I pay for
so I
YouTube
get
Premium. Actually, I'd love to
you
know
take.
who the hell. I'd love to know who out there like doesn't have Spotify to have YouTube Premium instead. Nobody, bar
um
me.
6-year-olds.
No,
Six-year-olds.
probably.
What 6-year-olds that get distracted watching Peppa Pig?
Yeah,
I don't.
I spend most of my time watching YouTube videos. Like I
YouTube.
what? Yeah, but like
No, do you know
when I
what?
stop.
I'm actually just like I'm terrible on YouTube. Like I'll go into like once. Say I mightn't go on it for a month. But then in one night, I'll have watched every YouTube video that was in that month. Like there'll be something like the
What's
Sidemen, or there'll be something like Logan Paul, or else to be like
what's the biggest rabbit hole you've ever you've ever gotten down?
Bar the Rothschilds at that time
No, I
in
mean biggest
the
rabbit hole on YouTube.
I'd say, did you know the one? There's one there that is anyone. Me and my sister have a big, for went on a huge rabbit hole. It's called the BuzzFeed network, and it's unsolved.
Oh yes, I heard of it.
I went deep into that, and I there'd be sometimes there and be like, oh my god, it's like 3 in the morning and I be up in like 5 hours. Like, what is happening here? And you still want to watch. Like, that is, if anyone wants a good scare into the supernatural kind of like stuff, but it's actually really funny and really good. Give that a listen. It is absolutely hilarious, but scary as hell as well.
Oh jeez, I may watch that, but mine is is so retarded. Like it's like one day we were it's just in college like we were sitting around. We're like, here we'll look up the like top 10 biggest sharks. Like, all right, grand. So we start looking up that, and I got in like really deep, just looking. I can't even remember them. Like just all different types of sharks, and then we're like, oh geez, actually look up top 10 biggest shopping centers there. We start doing that like so stupid like, but then after I was like, oh, for some reason I said this, it doesn't make no sense. I was like, oh, look up like the top 10. For some reason I thought the lads did like aquariums, and I was like, oh, like look up the top 10 biggest sharks in shopping centers. It's so stupid, like
That is
they were all just
so.
like they were all just like, what the
What?
fuck? Like what the hell are you talking about? Like,
Sharks in shopping centers. Oh my god, that is
but
absolutely
if you
hilarious.
start, but you can get down such a rabbit hole of looking up the
Do you
top
know
10
what
biggest,
do you know
or
what I'm
oh no,
the
do you know
word?
what it is? No,
There's
sorry,
two.
the biggest fails. They're
Oh,
you
that's
can
a
go
good one.
downstairs, fucking
No,
hilarious.
but do you know what's a good right? So mine is all like lads, I love two things. The old WWE, when you go into like WWF, I'll go and
Eh,
watch video after video of that. And then the other one is crime. So I love watching like real footage of like Pablo Escobar,
mm.
real footage of El Chapo, like when they
Oh,
were,
that's sort of cartel stuff, like.
For for
Right.
Narcos, like, do you know when
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
see in Narcos, like I actually like to look up to say like it's the true story behind Amado Carrillo Fuentes, and they'll actually show proper footage of him and all this kind of thing. Like, and it's I go into a like I follow a lad that only did 250 views on a video on Pablo Escobar, like,
Take his word
and
for gospel as well. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And then I'll go out to the boys like, geez, Pablo Escobar had a house in Ireland. Um, do you know what? Do you know what I actually saw the other day? I was actually just finishing on this new um one of Narcos, Mexico, and but the president of Mexico is like um was getting done out of doing something. So like
no
he
surprise
was he
there.
was yeah, like so he was open this drug lord thing, and he was after making the he didn't want the peso dollar to go bust, like, so he made it look like it was still booming, and then 2 days after he left they all found it real, and the peso where there was really at, and it like halved in its price load, and everyone lost jobs,
Jesus, the
millions,
the
you know,
peso's
like that.
already worth pittance anyway. Like,
Yeah, so then they decided. So he decided that he was going to flee, and do you know where he fled to?
Ireland.
Ireland.
What? No way. What?
Yeah, I
No, he
swear to
did
God, they
not.
just go. I swear to God, I was just like, and your one was doing the talking. She was like, and this guy, the president, he fled to Ireland, and I was
Whereabouts in
like,
Ireland? Like,
I don't know. It didn't. It only said Ireland, and then I went back. I was like,
so vague. Like,
"What did
Ireland.
I? Was I concentrating?" And then it took us. Went back. It was like Ireland, and I was like,
I'd love to
"Oh
know
my,
like how many criminals have fled to Ireland that we just don't know about. Like,
yeah, we're just harboring them inside in Ireland.
yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean?
there
Just give us
definitely is.
five
There's
minutes.
definitely something
Yeah,
someone outrageous like just living here
just
in Ireland. Like,
give us 5 million, and we'll say nothing. Like Charlie Haughey just buzzing off all the money he's getting, but like Jesus Christ,
Owen
oh, it was so
McDermott.
funny when they heard it.
Let's just go.
Owen
Owen
McDermott.
McDermott. He had to migrate to the States because he.
Poor Owen McDermott, but what a flute.
That's fucking crazy though. What the hell? Like, what's
But
his name?
do you know? I don't know, and he's one of the main characters in it. But he's the president of America, and you'll figure it out. Or
President of
Mexico.
America, is it? Donald Trump.
President
Donald
of
Trump hiding
America.
out in Donald Trump
Yeah,
hiding out
sure.
in
He
fucking
does
West
hide
Cork.
out in Ireland anyway, so he has his two hotels in Ireland. So he's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, but he's not being hunted down by the Mexican government.
And the FBI. I was about to say this. Oh no, CSI. But I don't even know if that's a real thing. Is that just made up? I don't know. Who
That's crime.
fucking
That's a
knows?
show, crime scene. Yeah, look at this former Mexican president living in Dublin.
He's hardly still living in
I
Dublin.
don't know when was this. Oh my god, this was made in June 1996. What? Yeah, the ex-president's whereabouts have been a mystery since he fled the country on a private plane to the United States in March, shortly after police arrested his brother Raul on charges of illicit enrichment and conspiracy to murder. What the hell? He just fled to Ireland.
We just took him in, like going, Jesus, yeah, go on.
Former leader of Mexico feels at home in Ireland. They
The
trust a lot, the
PRI.
Irish.
What
I
was his
bet
name?
Mr. Carlos Salinas de Gortari.
Yeah,
Is that him?
Salinas. Yeah, that's him. He was head of the PRI, which was just another drug smuggling sort, well, money laundering sort joke. But anyway,
Yeah, the place,
that's mad, isn't it?
the peso collapsed, and the World Bank and the United States had to bail out Mexico with $50 billion.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
like your man has just got away scot free. Like, I know people are still looking at him, but like he's just living a grand life in Ireland. Like nobody can touch him over here.
Yeah, like he's just going to Spar down there getting chicken fillet rolls, not a bother. Hopping in for a pint in O'Gorman's and then back up to the house again.
Like
Like,
all these things, lads never get. Do you know that big? It's not even a conspiracy. It did happen. Do you know one of the it was the Sinaloa cartel laundered all their money through HSBC. You know that Hong Kong bank.
did they?
800. They found $880 million laundered through that bank, and
That's Chapo's. That's El Chapo's
Chapo's, yeah.
group. Yeah.
And that's only what they found, and they basically like this is going on for months or maybe even years, about how like in a court case or whatever, and then they basically just got a 15 million euro fine. 15 million for
15 million
a
for
billion dollar
888
bank.
Yeah.
And they're not like,
Jesus
oh my
Christ.
god, like just
15 million's a pittance.
it's something incredibly low. Anyway, it was there's a episode, a series about it on on Netflix. It's called Dirty Money, and that's I can't remember what episode it is, but it's about it. It's absolutely class. If people want to watch it.
There's another one. Do you know? Speaking of actually famous court case that happening this week, do you know that one? Ghislaine Maxwell, who's Jeffrey Epstein's the one that got all the girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
that's starting on Thursday.
Oh my! Like she's gonna be. I wouldn't be surprised if they murdered her.
But that's what a load of people were saying, that like if she even makes it to the trial, because she's in solitary confinement at the moment.
Oh my god! Like she's 100% getting murdered somewhere. Like on the way to the court, she's getting murdered without a doubt.
But there's loads and loads of famous people that are going to be put up. Like I mean, high power. Like if Prince Andrew goes down.
Andrew, Trump, Bill Gates, all you name it. Does anyone all has come out? Oh my god! Actually, did you see that thing about Bill Gates? I can't remember, some morning show or whatever it was, or news show in America.
Is it Bill Clinton or Bill Gates?
Both of them were there, but both of them were talking about Bill Gates. Somebody questioned him about it was completely off guard. I don't think they were meant to ask him, and he got so awkward. Oh my! He was like, "Oh, well, we were just I've already cleared that up. None more said about it." So he got so awkward. Look it up if anyone wants on YouTube. Just go Bill Gates.
Jeez, I wouldn't,
awkward moment about Epstein case or something like that. It's like it's just so obvious that he was there. Like like
yeah,
he just
yeah. So yeah.
Oh, I mean,
but
what
like
the hell?
it's crazy.
That whole setup thing, whatever happened there, is absolutely nuts. Like
how Epstein?
How did that go ahead?
How did he just die?
Oh, as well, yeah.
That's sure, like the whole thing is just a shit show, really. Yeah, like I don't know if you can call. I don't know if you can call Jeffrey Epstein being a pedophile and all them being a pedophile a shit show. But what happened after that was a total shit show. Like it literally, when you think about it, like it is madness. Like, and these people going to, like, you hear about these things like going that we told you the story about the Rothschilds, but like you hear these things and it's just like an island and all that, and you're like, oh yeah, whatever. But now you're like, geez, anything could be real. Like these people just fly to islands.
Sure. In my opinion, the whole world is completely corrupt.
Ah, but listen, the whole thing, everything has to be corrupt, I think, to get to where. But Jesus Christ,
exactly. Someone's just paying somebody, or someone's just throwing somebody a bag of money under the table to get what they want. Always.
So that's what we're doing. We're throwing YouTube and Spotify to get the millions of followers we have on this here. We're throwing a big bag of money at them. But listen,
filled with paper.
Yeah, we have to pay a $15 million fine to YouTube because we
because our content's so shit. Like, you have to pay us to put that up. That's so bad.
That's on a free platform. You're paying us. Yeah.
Christmas.
12 pubs. We're back into 12 pubs time now. Woo! Can't wait.
Favorite time of the year.
Do you know what? We missed out last year. And do you know what? It is just the weeks we didn't get the chance last year.
That's right. I still get confused.
Yeah, sure. Everything's one. Like, we don't even know what we can do. Yeah. But
actually, do you know what though? It might happen again that we might get him.
I know, but that's very true.
Oh, I know. Like, we're getting it.
Positivity. We're going to manifest this.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I absolutely love these weeks up to Christmas. Like, do you know, next weekend, the weekend after, they're really like, you know, meeting people coming back, and the
Yeah.
21st, 22nd, you're really getting to see like everybody coming back, and people are coming back from all over the place you haven't seen in a little while, and pints are going, and the crack
Oh,
is all
pints are
around.
all
Like,
pint for the full month of December. Pints are just always in full flow. Like I always kind of
oh,
go, I kind of hibernate for a bit, like from like January to like May, June, maybe July, and then when that comes around, just till September.
maybe December, but it depends on the year
uh,
and what
uh,
games have come out.
no, but that's all. Around this time of year, I always start drinking again because it's so much crack. Like
It's
everybody's always
actually just
around. You can go drinking any day of the week. Well,
like there's
I
pints
say
on a
anything.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's that?
Even on
Burnley
Sun.
are playing. Burnley are playing Norwich on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Yeah, fucking we'll
Yeah,
go for pints.
no bother. Even last Sunday, we were in Pints of Christie. Sure. Sunday,
Ah,
like
that was some
I
great.
always
Like, but
usually
that's
during the year I wouldn't go on a Sunday, like, but like just because it's coming
oh,
up to Christmas, you're just like, yeah,
absolutely
no
is that's
bother.
what. Yeah, no problemo. I never do Sundays, and then I
Going
was
in,
just like,
going into
oh, do you
work
know
then,
what? It's
like,
big.
oh God, I'm so hungover.
What
What
have
have
I
I
done?
done?
What have I done? This is why I don't do Sundays, guys. But no, it was actually. Do you know what? It's good fun at this
You know
time of
what's
the
so
year.
stressful though? Getting a Christmas jumper. Well, for me, I don't know why. I always just, whatever reason, bottle getting a
But
Christmas jumper. I always
no,
go,
what
yeah,
I
yeah, I'm gonna buy one now. I'm like, oh, I'm not paying €70 for that fucking jumper. I'll wait till I'll wait closer to the time when everyone's doing it. And then I come around, it's like all I can get is XXXL, and it's like €20. And I'm like,
you have to
oh,
buy it during the summer when it's all on deal.
yeah, honestly.
Uh, well, I was I'm always bad on the Christmas jump front because I never know. Like, do you go funny or do you go stylish? Like, you have to go.
Mm.
If you're going funny, it has to be funny. Like, you
Yeah,
can't
that
go with the one that just like that says ho ho ho, and like a picture of a
bottled it.
girl or something. That I don't know what it is, but but
Yes.
but like it has to be genius. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Or else you just go with a stylish kind of Christmas jumper and
I
that's
like
it.
the
Like,
stylish ones. The funny ones are
so do
funny,
I.
but like I don't know. I just prefer the
You can
stylish
only
ones.
wear
Like
them once and
you don't.
that's it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
it. Like you can't
yeah,
really go
and
again.
they're just like, oh great. But I always like to just a nice good jumper with whatever it is,
Bare
snowflake on
jeans.
it,
It's
and
not.
it just
Yeah.
bare
Do
G.
you know the ones I love? They're like the red. They kind of look like wrapping paper. The red ones. Do you know like the. They just have kind of
Oh
like the
yes,
snowflakes and the Christmas trees
snowflakes.
and all that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
have the white collar, kind of round neck
Yeah,
collar, and then the
like
white
a
bottom.
neat collar on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the sleeves, the bottom of the sleeves are white as well. I love them. Actually,
But you want to like. I saw a few. Like, you always see those good ones, like the Mike Tyson one. It's Merry Quizmasters, whatever it is, in his with his lisp and stuff like that. Like, but like you can very easily get it wrong, and you just look like a twat then going around for the night with something that's not really that
oh,
funny on it.
do you know what? Doesn't annoy me, but I'm just like, oh, well, you have to say a fair play to them, but like, do you know people that go around in like the full suits, the full like, they just, I just go, I don't know why. I'm just like, oh my god, I could never do that. Like,
I can never do it. Like, it'd
but
be
like to be
for the
fair, I
first
probably could just
for the
never do it
first
because I would have the
hour.
balls
It'd
to
be for the
it.
first
Yeah.
hour. You'd be like, hey, and everyone would be like, oh, there's Cormac wearing the suit, and then it'd be just like, geez, there's Cormac wearing the suit. For fuck's sake, you know what I mean? It
Pub number
changed.
two. Geez, there's you
Pub
wearing.
number two. Dude, fuck's sake, Christ,
It's
that
all
suit.
about though. It's all about like making up a load of rules for it and then just not following any rules after
Oh
pub one.
no, it's the first six pubs. Everyone is so like,
Ah,
no,
would you go
drinking a
away? It's
pint.
pub one. It's
Three
pub one.
fingers, three fingers pints. Well, yeah, that's because you ruined the
Three
game
finger
anyway. But
pints.
uh,
What?
no, you go. This is what you do. So when you go three fingers, anyone that's
Oh
watching on
yeah, yeah.
YouTube, you see it there, and you have to drink down under the three fingers, and it gets you scootered. But
Yeah, see, that's
it
the thing.
is.
Them games, by six or seven, you're gone. Like I don't know how.
Oh, flamboozle,
I don't
like.
think I've ever made it to 12. I think I've always made it to 11 and then just either passed out or just gone home or something because I'm so drunk.
Do you know what? I always kind of like go. No, do you know what I've been doing actually lately? Is I get a good feed before I go out. Like have to get a good feed, right?
Mm.
And then it was the start when I was younger, and I first went when I was like 18. I was drinking Heineken and things like that, and I was just like,
Putrid.
"Please," and everything. It just like mess you up. So I went with Guinness, and then I decided to break it into another one, and I actually went okay because they're smoother and they're not filling you up
Mm.
with gas. Like
Yeah,
so,
here. Do you know? Do you think this? People say like drinking a pint of Guinness is like drinking a meal or whatever, eating a meal or whatever. Do you get that?
no, not really. But I know
I,
I
d-
have heard
mm.
that before. Like people think it's very filling and stuff like that. Like I
I don't
wouldn't.
know. Yeah, I don't either. I don't really get it. Like I could drink.
You could drink
Like I drink
42
ten.
of them the way you always do. You have it before you go into work.
Yeah, no, no, but Jesus, make me out feel like an alcoholic.
Sorry, that was sorry. For everybody in the podcast. Robbie's not an alcoholic, and we don't need to have an intervention on the podcast. We apologize, but well,
What if
that
this
was a
is the
joke.
intervention?
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine just a load of people came up into Zoom. I go, it's time, and you just see all of like Robbie's family, everyone just coming across. Hello, Rob. This is the discussion we needed to have.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That is a
But
joke, by the way. Everybody, sorry. Go on, Rob.
good cover.
Good cover.
No, but I just don't get that. Like I could drink 10 pints a night, but like I'd still be I'd be absolutely mouthy. But like I could drink it and I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm so full.
You do need like I'm not
What's a
like I
Christmas
do
drink for you? What's like your Christmas drink?
like do you know what I love at Christmas, right? So say this wouldn't be like a drink that I'd have. It'd only be with the family, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh,
That'd
okay,
be my
okay.
Christmas. So like out would just be your simple Guinness and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
but you don't get
but
like a
then
certain cocktail or something that you're like, oh,
no,
this
do you
reminds
know
me
what
of
I do?
Christmas.
I love a good glass of whiskey just with ice.
Yeah.
And oh, just a crisp, like sitting down because the fire is on. You're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
watching
yeah.
something like
Oh,
Father
I can't
Ted
wait. I
special
can't
and
wait.
stuff like that. And then, like always, then we just love bottles of Peroni. We
Mm,
kind of like just like my Christmas kind of one, but we do things like at Christmas where we do kind of like we might make Bailey's kind of coffee with,
mm.
or else like a Bailey's um cocktail and stuff like that, like use those kind of things, or an espresso martini kind of thing as well, like before dinner or whatever.
Do you know what's gonna be my drink now this Christmas? And your brother got it onto me. An old fashioned.
Oh,
Oh, it's
oh,
like talk about
oh,
Christmas and a drink. Like I mean,
oh, it is, lads. If you
whiskey.
ever
What is it?
we
Whiskey.
we were down in Paris, Texas. Shout out to Paris, Texas. Sorry, before you go on.
Oh
And
no,
Me and Rob got this cocktail, but Rob is falling in love, and Rob is going to explain what it is.
I think it's basically just whiskey and cinnamon and like a liqueur. There's like
There's
I
like
a kind of a syrup liqueur. I don't know. I forget what it's called,
and
but
then
it's that.
there's like
And then there's like a
a
big
orange
ball.
peel
Oh, the orange peel, yeah. And then there's
is
like a
rubbed around
big,
the top and stuff. Yeah.
and then just like a big, huge, like it actually is a ball of ice.
And
Uh,
I think like the big amount of ice is actually a necessity in it
no, it is
because
100%. It makes
yeah,
the drink like,
it makes the drink like. So I think it was though. We were down there. It was like, we go again. We
yeah,
get
yeah,
another one.
yeah. Because
It's
Owen
like
was like, here, we're getting old fashioned. I want you to try it. And it's like, all right, grand, tried it. And it's like after we're like, okay, well, we're gonna be drinking this for the night. It's
it
so,
was. It's so like
oh,
easy drink, but you're
it's
not
exactly.
gulping it.
No, you're
You're
not. You're kind
just
of sipping away
you're
at it, like,
sipping away, and it's just kind of like it's like how did you know those how do you describe it? It's like a a chatty conversation drink, if you
yeah,
get me.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like you sit down and everyone has four, and you're just chatting over a thing rather than actually just trying to neck off a
It's just
pint. Like
I could really imagine now the way you were saying it, like the sitting down by the fire and you're having a old fashioned, like just to take, like cinnamon is such a for me anyway. So it's like a
oh,
Christmas like flavor or whatever you call it. Like
totally, and that like in that it's just so it's like I don't know, it's like, do you know that kind of like, oh, just
oh,
kind of the bit of bliss like about it, like, and it's kind of a relaxing drink, if you get me. Like, you don't want to be, I don't know, you probably still drink it before you go
sti-
out anyway, but you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, but
Or
you don't
when
want to
you're
be
out,
too, or when you're out, but it's kind of like something that you could sit around. Like, I can imagine if you smoke cigars that you'd be sitting around with something like this. Like, this is the kind of
hundred
boss kind of
percent. You can
Do you
imagine
know what I
what your
mean?
man. You can imagine your man now. You know that golfer, the lad I brought up the last time. What's his
Oh,
name?
Miguel Angel Jimenez.
Angel
Yeah.
Jimenez. That's it. Can just imagine him now sitting down with a big dirty cigar and
It's a
sipping away in an
cigar.
old fashioned. Like,
Yeah, I like Bill Burr loves a cigar. He is always on to them as well. Like it's those kind of things. But like that's what Christmas is about. Like it's not about. I know people do get blocked and stuff like that, but it's also about having it just like sitting around with family and
yeah,
just
no, that's
having
it's
it.
the main
And that's what I
thing.
liked actually about
Yeah,
last Christmas is that there was no pressure to go out. Like we had
yeah.
drinks at home and everybody was just at home and we had the nights in by like whatever, and do you know what? It was good fun.
Yeah,
Like,
no, there's a lot to be said to be sitting around with family drinking or just whatever, watching TV or like that, to sit up by the fire
yeah,
at Christmas. Like, 'cause you don't really do it like that much throughout the year. I know you should, like, but like, it's just whatever way at Christmas. Like, you always just do
but
it more at
and it's
Christmas.
just
Like,
it's just the way people are, I suppose. That it's like say like like what we do is we always play Trivia Pursuit at Christmas. Like so we
oh
play it
yeah,
all the time. And that'd be like our thing, like at Christmas. But like between the years, sometimes like we would have drinks as family all the time.
yeah,
Not all the time, not saying every week, but there's a lot of the time then that like say I'm away. Owen has a match in the morning. Dad and Mom are away. Eve's away. Do you know it's never like all of us are around. Do not
yeah.
never,
I
but it
suppose
is.
no, but I know what you mean. Like throughout the year, you're always just busy. Everyone just winds down at Christmas. Like, I suppose that's why.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
just kind of like there's always something about it that, and even then you go see the extend, like see all the aunties and uncles, and have a bit of crack cousins and all them as well. Like,
who in the family who wins? Is Trivia Pursuit a single, like as a one player thing? As in, like everyone's just
yeah.
playing
So
themselves.
like
I bet you it
it's a
gets so competitive, does it?
It's so competitive. Oh my god, we play like 4 games, and then to be something like it's very
Who's the
frustrating though.
brain
Like, cause
box? Who's the brain
Owen
box?
and
Oh,
Owen,
yeah.
Dad, Owen, Dad, and Eve, and well, all of them are brain boxes, right? All of them bar me, because I'm fucking on my fourth bottle by the time we begin. I like, but like, I'm always the one that is just like, we'll pair Cormac up with Owen there, and you just
Yeah.
go work together. But Owen, Eve and Dad now I've all won it says, but Owen is probably our leader at the moment, but because he probably has a few years on Eve, but like it's mad, like there's such like in this family we're kind of like just from playing it for years, it's all a bit of general knowledge and all that. It's just like
Yeah, like,
we'll
would you know
come
the
across.
questions anyway because you've done play this so much?
Well,
Like,
we get a new one. Yeah, there is the time there that
oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
that we might play it a second time during the year, and Cormac remembers the question. So
yeah,
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 like that's where they're like, Jesus, Corm, that was good answer, nice one. And I was like, yeah, I
yeah.
just remembered it.
Didn't
I
remember that.
remembered, yeah, I didn't read through the questions about a month ago again. Ultimate cheater.
Yeah, trying to memorize them all. Do you know what the
Yeah, yeah,
class
yeah.
game as well? We played it last Christmas was 30 seconds, I think it's called. Did you ever play that?
Oh, what a game!
That is
What a game!
if
But
anybody
it's
doesn't know,
so funny.
it's
It's
so
just
funny. Like, it's absolutely brilliant. Like,
because people panic and get things wrong, don't they?
oh yeah, because like I was to explain it to people that if they don't know it, it's so you basically get if you pair up with somebody and you have basically have 30 seconds to answer not questions, but like how would you describe it?
Yeah,
Is it
no, you do.
questions?
You did like
Questions,
yeah,
right? So,
it's not questions. So it's
but like somebody would
you have
say
to
like,
describe somebody.
yeah, so you have to describe a person, a place, or a thing with like, but like you can't say their name or where. Do you know what I mean? You can't say like if it was like a oh big muscly actor,
Yeah,
whatever.
and it's just
You'd
to
be
give
like oh
it.
it'd be Dwayne Johnson, but like you can't say
Yeah,
like oh he's in Fast and Furious or he's
yeah, and you have to
whatever.
try and
Like,
work around it, but can't say his
can't,
name.
yeah, yeah. So you've 30 seconds to answer 5 questions of them. Oh, and then like the
But
other team goes ahead of
it's
it.
so
It's
funny.
so
Like,
funny. Like it's stuff people come out with. Like
yeah, and you're just like,
so
what?
funny.
That's not even him.
Yeah.
Or like things like that. Or then it was like the heads up. Do you ever play heads up?
Oh,
Where you
that
put a
is
foot
brilliant.
and you have to do accents. Oh, like and when you're under pressure, accents are so hard to do.
Wait,
And you're
heads
just
up.
like heads up. So you do things, you can do things. It's like the exact same. There's either ones where you can do wins with celebrities, and like you have to describe who the celebrity is on the phone on the top of your head, and you have to try to get you most
Oh
you
no,
can in 30 seconds.
I've never played that.
It's an app. It's unreal. And then there's another one though. You have to do like accents, and they ask you to do like Morgan Freeman, and you have to say do their accent, and they have to try get it from who you
I
are
am more
impersonating.
than Freeman.
but that's actually not that bad. But it was so funny. Like it's hilarious because everyone again panics in 30 seconds and just can't get it out. Like it's so funny.
The best games are also when you're under such pressure, like
Oh, when you're on and you make such mistakes when
such
you're under
ball,
pressure,
such you make
like
such a fool of yourself. But that's what makes it
such a
so good,
dull.
though.
Yeah, but and everyone's
Like
just
I hate,
curling up laughing.
I hate them ones like Trivial Pursuit and all this. Maybe we played it at Sarah's house one day, and of course, like I just didn't know anything, and there was all brain boxes, and then they just come up to me like about like history or something. They're like, French Revolution. Then they're like, uh,
I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
that. Do you know when you make a guess and then someone
Oh,
goes, and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I felt like such a
Sometimes I
dumb.
was just after a little while, I was kind of like, put out a funny answer. Like, it's like, who's the first
Yeah,
president?
just like the piss out, like
Yeah, who's the first president of the United States? It's like Miles Kavanagh or something like that. I don't know. You just have to put,
Zac
you have to
Efron.
do, exactly, yeah, just try to do something funny in that. Listen, we enjoyed the podcast, lads. I hope you enjoyed us coming back. It's good to be back. Good to be back with all the millions and millions of fans. Just like to shout out Jason and Clive again, and hopefully donate and follow them on their page. Peace out, boys.
See you later. I just noticed